Alright, this is day 2. Today, instead of just determining if we have parallel or perpendicular lines, we're going to actually write the equations of the lines. We want to remember that parallel lines have the same slope and perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposites and reciprocals, so the negative reciprocals of each other. To write an equation given a point and another line, the first thing we'll have to make sure that we do is that we find the slope of the given line by solving for y. So if we do that, we'll be able to easily see that the slope is whatever number's in front of the x. If we see that we have, or if parallel, we'd use the same slope, and if we find that, or they're asking me to do perpendicular, then I know I'm going to be using the negative reciprocal of that. So in these examples, what I have here is that I'm going to find the equation in slope-intercept form of the line passing through the given point that's parallel to the given line. Now I'm asking you to actually find the slope, then we're going to write that in point-slope form, and then we're going to put it in slope-intercept form second. So we'll get started. First of all, since we know that we're trying to find something parallel to it, the first thing I want to do is find the slope of the line that's given. Well, the slope of that is right here. There's a number sitting there. Even though you can't see it, it's a 1. So the slope is 1. And then what we're going to be able to do is write it in point-slope form. Remember, point-slope form is y minus y equals m times x minus x. And these are subscripts, meaning that we're going to actually put a number in for that x and y and then the m. So here's my x and my y that I'm substituting in. I'd have y minus negative 2 equals the slope 1 times x minus 0. Now, we really should simplify this a bit, so this would be y plus 2 equals, we wouldn't have to write the 1 at all. We'd have just a plain old x, in all honesty, because x minus 0 is x, and 1 times that would be x. This is technically point-slope form, except for the sign change here. I would actually want to make those positive. But we want to do this so that we can put it in slope-intercept form, which is that y equals mx plus b form. So the last thing I have to do in order to get it in y equals mx plus b form is just subtract the 2 from both sides. So I end up getting y equals x minus 2. If you really understood what this point meant, you would have known that it was the y-intercept to start with. So you could have jumped to this answer right away. This next example, I can't find the slope as easily as the last one because it is not in y equals mx plus b form. So that's the first thing I have to do is solve for the y. That gives me 2y equals negative 3x plus 1. I would divide by 2 everywhere. That gives me y equals negative 3/2 x plus 1/2. So the slope of a line parallel to it will be this negative 3/2, and then I'm going to use this point to write in point-slope form. So I would write y minus, my y coordinate's 1, equals 3/2, my m, x minus my x coordinate, which is 0. Remember, I'm plugging in 1 for the y and 0 for the x. This is point-slope form. In order to get it into slope-intercept form, we need to solve for y. So I'm going to distribute. That gives me 3/2 x minus 0. And then I'm going to add 1 to both sides. So I get y equals 3/2 x plus 1.